everybody, my name's Sadia. I'm an artist and I also host pop-up tea parties, which you are all present at today. I travel all across London hosting a series of international pop-up tea parties, so you get to travel across the world through my tea parties. Today we are travelling specifically to China, and we will be sampling some Chinese teas, and that's the first thing that we'll do. And then we will move on to our sort of quintessential English afternoon tea party.
Well, I remember my dad bringing me and my brother down here on a Sunday just to watch the dry dock being built. Couldn't see an awful lot, but he'd lift us up so that we could see what's going on.
We, once a year, used to come over here to tune the pianos. It just happened to be the time that year when the Cutty Sark was coming up the Thames, and I saw the dock itself being built.
Everyone was talking about it.
Just amazing.
They had to put a bit of a barrier around so people wouldn't sort of get in touch with them. But there were gaps whereabouts you could look through and you could see what was going on, you know, and sometimes you can walk right the full length of it and see what was going on, you know. It depends where they were working, and if anything was being delivered, naturally they had to divert you around it while they were delivering the timber or whatever they were using, you know. But it was very interesting, and there's a surprising amount of people that walking past just to have a look, you know.
My sons used to love coming along here and coming on here, and the figureheads, just the fact, you know, the cabins, he'd like to look, how did they sleep there and live on there?
Before the bombing, there was a ship hotel on site, and we used to get German liners coming up weekly. There were Monte Rosa and Monte Pascal, and the Germans used to disembark and stay at the ship hotel.
That there was a hotel there which was bombed and was still rubble there before, and here reminded me of people clearing the rubble away before building the dock here.
Well, it's history, it's part of English history, I think. Tea is one of our main drinks, and that being one of the first sailing ships to bring it to England, to start it off really, I don't know whether the first one that brought it to England, but I think the Cutty Sark was one of the first. And as I say, it's a shame to sort of let it deteriorate, because as I say, history, we all like to delve back in history, it's part of our culture. I think we like to know what's happened in the past. And I think we learn by it as well.
I can remember when there was the fire, I'm going around to my parents, and it was on the placard, and I was almost in tears. And I got in, my dad went, "You heard, look," and he had the television on, and he was really, really upset that, because they made it sound like, you know, if this was the end, it had gone. And it was such a relief to know that no, it wasn't gone.
I saw it many times. I used to run the marathon, so we always came around this way.
With the marathon, it's just such an iconic sight, isn't it, when they ran round the Cutty Sark?
I think it has more of an impression on here because it was a place to visit, and and the fact is, it was the first sailing boat many people have been on, and also the old one. You realise how tough life was on a sailing ship.
And there aren't many sailing boats in this condition. I know the majority of countries have got a sailing yacht, one or another, but this one it's got a lot of history to it as well. And the journeys it's done, and it's in immaculate condition as well. Majority, anybody can come and see any, but the others are, well, they're not put in a dry dock like this one, where people can come any time of day to see it. The other ones, they're at sea or moored off in rivers or something like that. So people haven't got the access to go and see them like we have over here, which is a good thing. There again, you've got all the facilities here. You've got a gift shop, you've got something where most people can have a cup of tea, you've got it all sheltered, so if you've got rough weather, they can still come and see it. Where if you've got a boat at sea, they've got to rely on the weather to go and see it. People can come over here and they won't be disappointed because they can come in here in all types of weather, can't they? And quite honestly, I think it's a very pleasant atmosphere as well. It's nice to be in with history when you come to look at it, you know. And I don't think I like to sail in those days.
And I live at Deptford and love walking along the riverway to come to Greenwich. And you see it, especially now that it's up, and it is Greenwich.
It's because I think you see Greenwich, oh, that's where the Cutty Sark is.
I think it's put Greenwich on the map, really. I mean, we always had the Naval College and the observatory, but this is an added attraction. And I think it does attract a lot of visitors.
I think it's been a great asset. It really has. Because the bus destination doesn't say Greenwich, it says Cutty Sark.